Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and this is the review of the Samsung Galaxy S3. This particular variant of the S3 is on Verizon. You can have this for about $199 with a 2-year contract. Inside the Galaxy S3, you'll find a dual-core 1.5 GHz Snapdragon processor with 2 GB of RAM. You also have the choice of 16 GB or 32 GB of internal storage. The Super AMOLED HD display has a resolution of 1280 by 720, and it's 4.8 inches, which makes this phone extremely large, but actually pretty nice in the hand. The design of the phone is really very nice. Some people think it's kind of plasticky. I tend to think it has a really nice feel. The screen is nice and large, and there's a pretty thin bezel with a button on the bottom. On the side, we have our sleep-wake power button, and on the top, we have our 3.5mm headphone jack, along with a noise-canceling microphone. On the other side, we have our volume rocker. On the back of the phone, you'll see the 8-megapixel camera with LED flash. To the right is the actual speaker. If we go ahead and take the back off, we're going to see a very large capacity battery of 2100 milliamp hours, which actually gave me about a day and a half easily. We also have expandable storage slot using microSD and a SIM card. The phone is nice in the hand and is really quite nice to hang on to, but we've moved inside due to the screen brightness. We'll go ahead and unlock here, and if we use the volume button, it just feels pretty good. It's got a nice tactile feedback, as does the sleep wake button. It's a solidly built phone. The latest notification drop down in this version of TouchWiz is really nice, and we have some extra options in here as well. The screen is very responsive with our 7 different home screens and some added little widgets that Samsung put on there themselves. If we go ahead and hold down the home button, we get our little task manager here. We can swipe one off or close them all at once. If we go ahead and actually double tap the home button, we get S Voice, which is kind of the Siri competitor. I'll go ahead and ask it what the weather is in this particular area. It's searching, and it comes back and tells me what the actual weather is. S-Voice does a lot of things, and we can see those by hitting this question mark. It does a lot of different things, such as weather and a timer and music and everything else that you would expect, and overall does a really good job with voice recognition. If we go into the apps, you can see there's our normal app drawer. It has some Verizon apps installed and some other things that we've added as well. Let's go ahead and go into the camera, and when we do that, it's a really nice camera, and it has some really neat options that will do a burst mode, or it will take the best picture based on smile and kind of process that for you. It really does work pretty well and has a very nice camera, so I don't think many people would be disappointed with that. If we go into the web browser, we'll go ahead and go to Zollotech, search for it here, wait for it to load, and it takes a moment to load. We're on 4G, which is really nice and fast, LTE, and we'll go ahead and scroll and see how well it does. There's not really any slowdown with this phone. Pinch to zoom is really fast, and everything is super responsive, more so than just about any smartphone I've ever used. It's just extremely smooth and extremely fast in every situation I can use it in. Here's an iPhone 4S to kind of give you an idea of size. The larger screen size is really nice to have, but for some people it might be just too big, as it's got a giant screen. But overall, I think most people won't seem to mind it. In sunlight, it is a little bit dim as it's turned all the way up here, but for most people, I think that's not really too big of a deal. This beautiful phone is one of the best I've ever used, if not the best Android phone by far. I definitely recommend you check it out. Take a look at it at your local store. It's extremely nice, extremely fast, and definitely one of my favorite phones. Thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.